It is cold but beautiful. A wonderful way to start this week out with the sun shining, not a cloud in the sky, ducks on the pond. I'm talking lots of ducks on the pond. Yeah. And what an incredible mountain we're looking at over on the other side. Let's look at them a little closer. My gosh. I keep thinking that we're at the peak of color, and I assume we are because more leaves falling every single day. But that is absolutely spectacular. Give it a rest, Jimmy, right? Well, can't give it a rest as long as we have color. What a great way to start another great week. Golly, that's gorgeous. Chris and I are headed to church on this Sunday morning. Got a little bit of rain this morning. They would call it a trace, but we have some more promise this week. And look who shows up here at the house. Now, he has been everywhere. We have seen him all over the ranch. Actually got off of the ranch. Some of y'all have asked, how do we get off of a high fence? Well, we have 750 acres inside a high fence, and we have 1,200 some odd acres outside. Part of that outside joins our neighbor's property, who's got several thousand acres, joins our neighbor's property, and there's a low fence there separating that. Now, one of our neighbors is completely high fence, but this is a low fence, and so TC, look at that big buck out there. And I think that's another buck way down there. I can't really tell. I think just a doe, isn't it? Looks like I see antlers, and then I'm not sure. That may be just something behind it. I think, yeah, that's just a doe. There's TC, Mr. Big. The wind is blowing, I know. It was dead calm out here, and the wind's just now coming up, and it's blowing like crazy. Beautiful, beautiful 10-point right there. TC, another beautiful 8-point right there. Totally wild deer, not tagged there at all. Totally wild. No tag in that deer. Look at that raw deer. No tag at all. That's a possibility. Look how big and healthy and fat that deer is. Possibility that, is that Fat Boy? That may be Fat Boy. That might be Fat Boy, which might be Milburn. Milburn is not tagged, if you remember. He's pretty calm, isn't he? I think that's Fat Boy right there. Remember Fat Boy from last week's video? Out in the deer stand? I believe that's Fat Boy. Look at that deer. He is really something. What a special deer. And TC. And that's the way to start another Lord's Day. Let's get out of here and get to church so we can go by the donut shop. That's a pretty little boy showed up here at the house. That's a 10-point. And I think I do not see a tag in his ear. I think that's a wild deer. He's definitely probably one of TC's. Look, I mean, not TC's, but Whitey, looking at his horns. And that's probably his first or second set of horns. It could be his second set. He might have a white tag. He might be the same age as Forrest. He did like bucks do in the woods. He hid his antlers from us. How about a butt shot? Da 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 da. And just like that, oh, look at that peeking around a tree at me. Peek, look at that, look at it. Is that cool? How's that for a Texas hunter? They'd like that, wouldn't they? Trophy feeders for sure. A quick look at the lake this morning finds heavy, dense fog. The mountain over there is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful, but you can't really see it. You can't really see it. We have a south breeze blowing. Ducks on the pond. I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of them up there. I don't know if I can zoom out there a little bit and you can see them, but you can see just, look at that. Look at that. Oh, you can see it really, really well. And they go on up to the upper end there, that area that's kind of dark back in there. You can see them flying around over there. That's all ducks. Now, that's not coots or water turkeys. That is ducks. You can see them flying around, a couple flying right there. And the entire upper end is full of ducks. It's just been a steady stream of them flying in here this morning and landing. You see over there just ducks. Now they will move around as the morning goes on. But the entire area you see over there, there's finally a few areas. Those aren't ducks there, those are stumps. Right there, ducks and stumps there. But just fantastic. The trees are still pretty. They're beginning to get relatively the same color, a lot of them, but there's still quite a bit of beautiful color over there on that mountain. And it's going to be a bright, sunshiny day a little bit later on. Lots of ducks. Hundreds of ducks. I love it. Oh, my, my, my. The end of an incredibly great day in southern Oklahoma. December, and it made it to 78. That's right, 78 degrees today. When I got Chris out of the car a second ago, there were 4 or 5 deer out here, or 6 in the yard in between the house and the lake. I guess they've all, well, I'll say there's a deer right down there. I guess they've all left. That one's leaving. Beautiful, beautiful. 8 or 10 point. That might be Fat Boy. No, it's a 10 point. Fat Boy's only an 8. Old satellite receiver we don't use anymore. You can see it's kind of grainy because the light is low. I was gonna come get in the hot tub. That's the only one I see. There may be some more down there around the water. I don't know. Oh, back out and it'll be a little clear. But it's absolutely gorgeous. The mountain is beginning to get about the same color over there, but it's still got some really pretty color in it. And 78 degrees. A just absolutely incredible day here at the Eagle. And Jimmy and Chris spent all days in doctor's offices and nurses' offices and imaging offices. And we left this morning and we got back tonight. So we missed the most spectacular day, weather-wise, that December will ever have. But what a great day it was anyway. We're so blessed just to be able to come home and look at that. Just to be able to come home and look at that. Thank you, Lord. When you look out at the lake this morning, it's hard to even know it's a lake. You cannot see the mountain on the other side. You could not see the mountain if it was just halfway over there. It is froggy this morning, definitely froggy. Heard a few crows is about all. I see no animals, at least on this side of the lake. But it is definitely frog bound this morning. Lots of fog, visibility extremely low. There is a lake out there. You can see the lake. There is a mountain over there. But it's not that bad, probably about in the 40s. As we start another day at the Eagle. A real quick peek on this side of the house. Not much around, but we do have a couple of bucks right there. Looks like a couple of pretty little guys. Don't see anything else around, but they could be walking around out there. It's hard to see this morning as we look, and it's foggy just about everywhere you look. They say that fog's gonna last a little while this morning. We don't have fog too often. We sure delayed a lot of tournaments over the years, sitting there in the fog, waiting on you where you can see so you can go try to catch a fish. Really a bad wait. As the fog begins to lift, we can see the mountain across the way. But one of the great things is the ducks. Ducks. Not only are they really pretty to see all them swimming around, all the wakes going, like little motorboats going in all different directions, all over the lake, all up and down. And they're moving now because of me talking. I'm talking a little bit too loudly. Shooting out the door. There's an eagle. That is a golden eagle. I'm pretty sure awfully large. Could be a young bald eagle, but I believe that's just a golden eagle. But as you look down to the water, again, just as far up this bank as you can see are ducks. And we'll go all the way down in front of the house. And just as far as you can see in that direction, ducks. Real cool. Very, very cool. Lots of ducks. Pretty quiet this morning. Sometimes they're making quite a bit of noise. As the mountain begins to show itself over on the other side, had a bad plane crash in Oklahoma City last night. Late, I think some people were killed in that plane crash, and I think it was probably because of this dense fog. What I understand, at one of the private airports there in Oklahoma City owned airport, not the big one. Doing a lot of flying in fog. It's pretty dangerous. I've been watching as the couple turkeys come running across the yard, a couple of gobblers. They were just hustling out to the feeder, and I thought, well, where's the big boy? Where's the third one? The other two gobblers that are over there, you can see them. They've got decent beards, but they're not giant beards. They're jakes that have, during this year, their beards grown where they would be a turkey that a lot of people would like to hunt this next spring. But I thought, where is the big boy? And I thought, I wonder if an eagle or a owl or a hawk or something might have caught him during the night. And then pretty soon I saw him walking across the yard, and I wished I had got picked up my phone and being able to get a shot at him, but he came walking across, just sauntering across slow, not running like the young boys did, not in a hurry, but just knowing he would get over there plenty of time to get him some really good breakfast. And the fog kind of lifted and came back. So what a morning we're having. The fog came back and blocked out the mountain. Now the mountain's coming back. Look at the ducks. Oh, Lord. You know, they hear me talking. It just scares them a little bit. They fly out there a little bit and all they're fun. Just as far down the bank to the right, to the left, as you can see, there's loads of ducks. They just keep coming in, keep coming in, keep coming in. Is that beautiful? My goodness. More and more and more and more. And the mountain is coming and going over there. At the ducks. The mountain's trying to come back. Ducks as far down as you can see. They keep easing in here when I come out here and talk. See, they all move out a little bit.